Welcome aboard, everyone. It is so good to have you here with me today. If you are new to the channel, find yourself a cozy seat and settle in. I'm Chloe. I have been cabin crew for over 12 years, working domestic routes, transatlantic crossings, and just about everything in between. I have pushed more beverage carts down narrow aisles than I can count. I have helped passengers find space for their bags in overhead bins that were already stuffed to bursting. And I have stood at that aircraft door watching the same heartbreaking scene play out over and over again. A passenger walks down the jet bridge confident and ready for their trip. Then a gate agent stops them. Their carry on is too big. Their bag gets tagged. They watch it disappear down the ramp while the boarding line piles up behind them. Sometimes there are fees, sometimes there are tears, and almost always it could have been avoided. Today, we need to have a direct conversation about what is changing with carry on luggage in 2026. Not rumors, not clickbait. Real, practical information that will save you from becoming that person holding up the boarding process while an agent wrestles with your oversized suitcase. Let's start with the biggest shift I am seeing on the ground. Carry on size and weight enforcement has changed. For years, airlines had carry on size limits posted on their websites, but enforcement was inconsistent. You could squeeze by with a bag that was technically an inch too tall. Those days are ending. In 2026, gate agents are using sizing frames and scales far more aggressively than before. This is not just happening at budget carriers anymore. Major airlines are measuring bags at the gate, and some are now weighing them as well. The standard carry on size for most U.S. airlines remains 22 by 14 by 9 inches, and that measurement includes wheels and handles. If your bag does not fit into that metal sizer at the gate, you're checking it. Here is where people get caught. They pack a soft-sided bag and stuff it until the zipper is straining. It may have fit in the sizer when it was empty, but now it bulges in every direction. The gate agent takes one look and shakes their head. That bag is going under the plane and you are paying for it. Weight limits are also becoming a factor, especially on international flights and with certain carriers. Some airlines combine the weight of your carry-on and your personal item. If you are traveling with a heavy laptop bag and a full carry-on, you could exceed the limit without realizing it. My advice is simple. Measure your bag at home before you leave. Weigh it on a bathroom scale. Do not assume it will be fine because it worked last time. Airlines are cracking down, and gate check fees can be more expensive than checking a bag at the counter. The lithium battery rule you cannot ignore. This next one is critical, and I see passengers make this mistake constantly. As of March 2025, the TSA has banned all spare lithium-ion batteries and portable chargers from checked luggage. Power banks, external phone chargers, and spare laptop batteries must travel in your carry-on. This is not a suggestion. It is a federal safety regulation. Why the change? Lithium batteries can overheat and catch fire. If that happens in the cargo hold, the crew cannot reach it. There have been real incidents on aircraft involving overheating batteries, and the response has been to tighten the rules significantly. Here's what you need to know. Batteries under 100 watt-hours are allowed in your carry-on without any special approval. That covers most phone chargers, standard power banks, and laptop batteries. Larger batteries between 100 and 160 watt-hours require airline approval and are limited to 2 spares per passenger. Anything over 160 watt-hours is prohibited entirely on passenger flights. The watt-hour rating is usually printed on the battery itself. If your device only shows milliamp hours, you can calculate watt-hours by multiplying the milliamp hours by the voltage and dividing by 1,000. Here is the practical takeaway. Before you pack, pull out every portable charger, every spare battery, every power bank you own. Check the ratings. Put them in your carry-on bag where they are accessible. Do not bury them in a checked suitcase, or you could find your bag flagged as hazardous material. Smart luggage can get you stuck at the gate. Speaking of batteries, let's talk about smart luggage. Those fancy suitcases with built-in chargers, GPS tracking, and motorized wheels became popular a few years ago. The problem is that many of them have integrated lithium batteries that cannot be easily removed. Under current FAA guidelines, any suitcase with a non-removable battery is banned from both carry-on and checked baggage. I watched a gentleman at my gate last year have to abandon an expensive smart suitcase because the battery required tools to remove. The agent would not make an exception. The suitcase stayed behind. If you own smart luggage, test it now. The battery should pop out by hand without a screwdriver or any special equipment. If it does not detach easily, you need to either remove it permanently or replace the bag before your next trip. The powder rule that catches travelers off guard. Here is one that surprises people every time. The TSA has restrictions on powder like substances in your carry on. If you are carrying any powder greater than 12 ounces, which is about the size of a soda can, you must remove it from your bag and place it in a separate bin for screening. If the officers cannot identify what it is, they may confiscate it. This affects protein powder, baby powder, large containers of makeup, setting powder, and similar items. If you are traveling internationally and entering the United States, the screening is even more thorough. Powders that cannot be cleared at the checkpoint will not be allowed in the cabin. My recommendation? If you need to travel with protein powder or other large powdered products, pack them in your checked luggage. Keep your carry-on clean of anything that might slow you down at security. Real ID enforcement is here. This one has been coming for years, and it finally arrived. As of May 7th, 2025, you must present a real ID-compliant license or another federally approved identification to board a domestic flight in the United States. If your state-issued driver's license does not have the gold star symbol in the upper corner, it may not be accepted. This does not mean you cannot fly if you lack a real ID. A valid U.S. passport, passport card, military ID, or global entry card will work as alternatives. But if you show up with only an old non-compliant license, you will face additional screening, potential delays, and a much more stressful start to your trip. Check your license today. Look for that star. If it is not there, visit your state's DMV website and find out what you need to upgrade, or travel with your passport instead. The 311 Liquids Rule still applies. I know this one feels basic, but I still see travelers lose items at security every single day. All liquids, gels, and aerosols in your carry-on must be in containers of 3.4 ounces or smaller. All of those containers must fit inside one clear, quart-sized plastic bag. One bag per passenger, that is the rule, and it has not changed. Now, there is some good news. Many major airports have installed new CT scanning technology that allows you to leave liquids and laptops inside your bag during screening. But this only applies at specific checkpoints with the new equipment. Do not assume your airport has it. Unless you see clear signage or a TSA officer tells you otherwise, remove your liquids bag and place it in a bin. Also remember that certain items are exempt from the 311 rule. Prescription medications, baby formula, breast milk, and medically necessary liquids can be carried in larger quantities. Just declare them to the officer before your bag goes through the scanner. Your pre-flight carry-on checklist. Let me give you an action plan you can use before every trip. First, measure your bag. Confirm it fits within your airline's size limits, including wheels and handles. If you are unsure, look up your specific carrier's policy on their website. Second, weigh your carry-on and personal item together. If you're near or over 10 kilograms combined, consider shifting items to a checked bag. Third, check every battery. Pull out your power banks, spare batteries, and chargers. Verify the watt-hour rating. Keep them all in your carry-on, not your checked luggage. Fourth, test your smart luggage. If the battery does not pop out by hand, do not bring it. Fifth, review your powders. Anything over 12 ounces should go in your checked bag. Sixth, verify your ID. Look for the real ID star on your license. If it is not there, bring your passport. Seventh, prepare your liquids bag. Make sure everything is 3.4 ounces or smaller and fits in a single quart-sized bag. Final thoughts. I know this might feel like a lot of rules. I know it can be frustrating to pack for a trip and worry about whether your bag will pass inspection. But here's the truth I have learned after 12 years of watching passengers board aircraft. The travelers who breeze through security and settle into their seats stress-free are not lucky. They are prepared. They checked the rules, they measured their bags, they packed smart. And that can be you. When you follow these guidelines, you take control of your travel experience. You avoid the surprise fees. You skip the arguments at the gate. You walk onto that plane knowing your bag will fit, your batteries are legal, and your ID is valid. That peace of mind is worth the 10 minutes it takes to prepare. In my next video, I am going to share the items flight attendants always pack in their carry-ons and why we never travel without them. You are going to want to see that list. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this information was helpful, please hit that subscribe button so you do not miss what is coming next. Travel safe, pack smart, and I will see you in the skies. Bye for now, everyone.